Welcome to my channel The State Report. Like, share and subscribe, show your love in comments. The chaos and try to figure out what's really happening in America right now. It's hard to keep track of everything going on in America these days, there's so much happening, and it's all happening so fast. From protests in the streets to congressional hearings, from viral social media trends to historic elections, it's easy to get lost in the noise. But what's really going on beneath the surface? What are the real issues driving the conversations, and what do they mean for our country's future? The first major issue on everyone's mind is the deepening political division. We're more polarized than ever, with each side dug in and refusing to budge. The left and right are like two ships passing in the night, each with its own set of facts and its own narrative. And caught in the middle are the rest of us, struggling to make sense of it all. It's like we're living in two separate realities, each one with its own version of truth. Economic challenges are another major concern. The cost of living is skyrocketing, and the gap between the haves and have-nots is growing wider by the day. Many are working multiple jobs just to get by, while others are enjoying unprecedented wealth and success. And then there are the social media influencers, flaunting their luxurious lifestyles and making everyone else feel like they're failing. It's enough to drive you crazy, right? Social unrest is another major factor. From Black Lives Matter to #MeToo, from climate change to gun control, people are taking to the streets and demanding action. And it's not just the protests themselves, it's the conversations they spark, the debates they fuel, and the questions they raise about our values and beliefs. Are we a society that truly values equality and justice, or are we just paying lip service to those ideals? And finally, there's the state of our institutions. From the White House to Congress to the Supreme Court, our leaders are more partisan than ever, more focused on winning than on governing. It's like we're trapped in a perpetual cycle of gridlock and polarization, with no end in sight. Let's take a closer look at the political division. It's not just about Republicans versus Democrats, it's about fundamentally different worldviews. On one side, you have those who believe in the power of government to shape society, to promote equality and justice. On the other, you have those who believe in individual freedom, who think that government should get out of the way and let people succeed or fail on their own. And caught in the middle are the moderates, struggling to find common ground in a world that seems to have lost its sense of compromise. Context is everything when it comes to understanding these issues. Take the economy, for example. On the surface, things look great, the stock market is booming, unemployment is low, and GDP is growing. But scratch beneath the surface, and you find a very different story. Wages are stagnant, debt is skyrocketing, and the cost of living is out of control. It's like we're living in a bubble that's waiting to pop. The same is true of social unrest. Protests and demonstrations are nothing new, of course, they're a time-honored tradition in America. But what's different today is the level of anger and frustration, the sense that things can't go on like this forever. And it's not just about the issues themselves, it's about the way we're talking about them, the way we're using social media to amplify our voices and mobilize our followers. One recent event that really stands out is the 2020 election. It was like nothing we'd ever seen before, the passion, the anger, the sense of urgency. And in the end, of course, it was all about the votes. But what really happened, beneath the surface? One of the most striking things about that election was the way it highlighted the divisions between rural and urban America. The cities went one way, the countryside went another, and the suburbs were caught in the middle. It was like we were living in two separate countries, each one with its own values and beliefs. And that's not just about politics, it's about culture, about lifestyle, about how we see ourselves in the world. Looking back on everything we've discussed, it's clear that America is at a crossroads. We can continue down the path of division and strife, or we can come together to build a better future. The choice is ours, and ours alone. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think is the biggest issue facing America today? And what do you think we can do to make things better? Let me know, and be sure to check out our other video on the impact of social media on our society.